Ahoy, sailors, and welcome back to Sailors 365.
Come aboard with us in today's episode as we explore a recently filed lawsuit against Celebrity Cruises, alleging that the cruise line kept an elderly man's corpse in a beverage cooler for 6 days, letting it decompose. This lawsuit against Celebrity Cruises alleges a passenger's body rotted for 6 days in a beverage cooler. Yes, you heard that right, a beverage cooler on board a cruise ship. We're talking about Robert Jones, a 78-year-old man who died of a heart attack on board the Celebrity Equinox in the summer of 2022. Now, we know what you're thinking. How could something like this happen on a cruise ship? It turns out that the ship's morgue was out of commission, so Jones's body was placed in a beverage cooler instead. But here's the kicker. The beverage cooler wasn't cold enough to refrigerate a body. So, unfortunately, that means poor Jones was left to decompose for 6 whole days. According to the lawsuit, a funeral home worker and a sheriff's deputy from Broward County, Florida, went to collect the corpse and found it improperly stored. The beverage cooler wasn't at a sufficient or proper temperature for storing a dead body. To make matters worse, the body was lying in a bag, on a pallet, and on the cooler's floor, not exactly the respectful treatment that one would expect. Especially from this luxury cruise line, which recently received the prestigious Forbes Travel Star Award. The lawsuit accuses Celebrity Cruises of acting recklessly, willfully, and wantonly, and without care for the Jones family's loved one, by failing to ensure that the morgue was working and the remains were stored carefully. The plaintiffs, Jones's wife, daughters, and grandchildren, are seeking $1 million in compensatory damages. As someone who loves cruising, this news is truly heartbreaking. It's a stark reminder that even on vacation, things can go wrong. But it's important to remember that not all cruise lines are created equal. Many have strict protocols in place to ensure the safety and well-being of their passengers, both alive and deceased. So, what can we learn from this tragic situation? For one thing, always ask about the ship's morgue and what procedures are in place for deaths on board. If you're not satisfied with the answers, it might be worth considering a different cruise line. And if you do encounter a situation like this, don't be afraid to speak up and advocate for your loved one. As we process this news, let's take a moment to remember Robert Jones and his family. They deserve justice and closure after such a heartbreaking experience. We hope that Celebrity Cruises takes responsibility for its actions and works to ensure that nothing like this ever happens again on the high seas. What do you think about this shocking news? Have you ever had a negative experience on a cruise ship? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. And as always, happy cruising!
That's all for now, sailors. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel, hit the like button on this video, and we'll see you next time, sailing on the high seas.